Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Beauty and the Beat Radio. We here, we live.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Shouts out to
Shots out. Thank you. We up in here getting you a splash of cherry.
Which is very necessary.
Yes.
The ones and twos, you got the beauty and on the beat.
Then we gonna get into your new book, Miss Hitch.
Miss Hitch is in the building.
Miss Hitch is in the building. So why married man cheat? We got a lot to talk about that. So
About married man cheat.
why do married men cheat? Did I say it correctly?
You did.
Okay.
Why do anybody cheat?
No, we don't want to. We just did the married men cheat because married men give it sort of a commitment.
Mm-hmm.
When you just together, boyfriend and girlfriend, then we don't want to, hear about that. There's no real commitment set. But when you say I do, then do it.
Yeah, but I feel like at the same token too, your word should be bond.
Your word should be bond. You're absolutely right. And what I do know is that before you're even a husband or wife, then you're already, loyal and committed. However, it sets standards of, if you take that extra step to get married, of a commitment.
So your expertise on your book, so.
Yes, and I'm an expertise in my field.
Okay.
Okay.
And your field is?
It like relationships, and I'm a matchmaker.
Okay.
She's
I'm
a mental toughness love coach.
Okay,
Absolutely.
well, I may need your services.
Everybody do.
So let's start with me first, and then I'll recommend you and refer you to some of my friends who are all up and ready to date and meeting somebody new.
Send them on.
I will.
She
So say
ready.
you do
She
with me
gonna have.
first.
She gonna have you on a Hitch episode.
Yeah, right.
Okay. I'm all about that action.
I'm all about that action. Ooh, we're going to get into what went on this week, what's going to wrap up. We're going to get into a little bit of the Met Gala, some hair, some clothes, some style. It was a lot going on because it was
a lot.
Was it Machines versus Meets Fashion? What was it called?
Machine versus man.
That's what it's called?
Yeah.
Machis Moses Moschina.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Is that some French?
Moschino,
I probably butchered that.
I think Moschino was probably one of the designers.
No, not Moschina. No. See, Haley, help me. Did you look it up? No, huh?
What?
It was called
Manus versus Machina.
What does that mean?
Machina versus man versus machine.
Oh, there it is. That's
Knock. Yeah, man versus machine. That's why you saw so many people with the silver
looking
type
like
of
aliens.
Yeah, like with the, and I saw this
Oh
one.
no, the theme was technology, I thought.
technology meets fashion. Well, that's what Anna Wintour was
Man
giving.
versus machine.
Basically, all that meets
Right.
it. Yeah, that. We're gonna get into it.
Interesting choices of what people.
It was so many interesting
Yeah.
choices on the runway, but I just want to say, just to start off before, because I don't want us to be sad, but rest. Miss Afeni Shakur passed
Yeah,
this
Tupac
week.
mom. Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah.
Right.
That was so sad. I mean, my heart is really heavy about that. I've gotten the pleasure to meet her several times, and that just came from nowhere, especially coming right after
Yeah, and Prince.
Prince. Like, it's too much going on this
yeah,
week.
there's a lot going on.
I mean, they say they die in thirds. I'm just saying.
I didn't see it about 8.
Okay.
And I
It's
mean,
been a lot.
It's
So
been
that's
a lot
3,
going on.
6. Okay, that means somebody
One more.
left.
But you know,
9.
this is the year I'm very much into numerology, and this is 2016, where the 6 is in motion. And when there's a 6 involved, that's the day that man was created. So anything is possible. And the 6 normally represents a non-positive situation, because the day man created, that's when all hell broke loose. You know.
Anyway, we got to break that down, because I don't have time for that. I got a whole year left.
But you know what? But you know, they say morning, weeping may endure for a night, but joy will come in the morning.
Okay.
Next year is 2017, where 7 is like the holy number. So we just got to make it through this year.
And then the next year, okay. Then
Then
8
8, it means the new
completion.
beginning.
Right. So, okay, so we got to suffer.
7 is completion. 8 is the new beginning.
Haley wants to say something so bad.
But that's what life is about.
Yeah, I know.
Loving it.
I love
I
it.
get
That's
it.
what I do.
Yeah, I'm talking about I get it.
Regular numerology.
Yes,
That's
I'm-
my thing.
Yeah, I'm definitely into all of that.
You into all that. Has that been working for you?
Yes, I follow everything according to my life. Be in my birth order. I'm the firstborn, so I pay attention to a lot of things that a lot of people probably wouldn't normally pay attention to, but it's helped me.
Okay.
You know, and then even my zodiac sign, Leo.
Leo, huh?
Yes. Born leader.
We don't need
He needs to shake your hand on
You
that.
got a peanut gallery over here. Born
It's all about Libras. What's your sign?
Pisces.
Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, sign of depth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why I'm into this.
Yeah, I'm very much that too.
Depth.
Depth. Okay, I got
Water.
that. What I was gonna say about the Tupac biopic will be out at the end of the year. I'm not exactly sure when, and what I didn't know, which was interesting, is they're re-releasing in her honor the Dear Mama song, and they're gonna release the original one that had Yo-Yo on the hook. I didn't know that. I
That's
never
dope.
knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, that's interesting. I was like, oh, Yo-Yo, go Dear Mama. So I mean, I think that there was, just like kind of a rebirth and all
Yeah,
that.
Tupac was like dope. Tupac, I never liked rap prior to Tupac. And the only reason what captivated me was the song that he made with Brenda Got a Baby. By him touching on such a topic like that to be like a hardcore rapper.
And he was like 21 maybe at that time.
Yeah, and after that I was a Tupac fan, like you got me. And then that's when I became rapped out and borderline ratchet.
Ratchet, borderline.
Borderline ratchet.
I won't say that, but I enjoy
Borderline.
it.
'Cause you gotta keep a little class
Gotta
there,
keep a
too.
little class to
Yeah,
you.
you have
Okay,
to.
okay.
That's people you're relatable. That-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Got it. Okay, and then I heard Amber Rose is getting a new show
Yeah, on VH1.
produced by Dr. Phil. It's gonna be
That
interesting.
is hilarious. Produced by Dr. Phil.
Yes.
Because he wants to get into the mind. Because, I think Dr. Phil, everything is going into reality, Jerry Springer television on steroids. So if he could get into that mix to help healing her in some process of, I don't know if it's going to be her dethroning her horage. I don't know.
Dethroning her horage, if you will. Good question.
Sip,
Yeah,
sip.
so we'll sit and watch.
Right. And I guess he want to get into, he want to start getting into the minds.
Yeah, of people from different genres.
I mean,
What is
that's important.
is he considered? I know he's a doctor, but is he considered a life coach type?
Yeah,
What is
for
it?
sure.
For sure,
For
because he's
sure.
always trying to. Why are you giving me?
No, I'm just looking like life coach. I'm not a life coach.
I know you're not, but I
But I think all of
asking
us are
a
life coach at some point. I mean, you don't have to put a name on it. I mean, anytime you can help somebody with their life issues, that's basically a life coach.
Okay.
You don't have to take on that name to be like, to live up to it. Dr. Phil is the reason why I even live in Los Angeles.
Really?
Yes, because I was watching an episode right before I left St. Louis, and he had said, he was talking about a show. He was like, have you ever thought how it would feel to have $1 million or that perfect dream job or the perfect career or that picket fence? He said, that feeling you think that you're going to possess when you have those things. He said, possess that feeling today without any of those things and watch the laws of attraction draw it into your life.
Yeah, it could be, and that's very true, because we are driven by our emotions. And if you think about that, you get very emotional. However, you got to take it a step further. You have to believe that you actually deserve it. Most people are not millionaires because they don't believe that they can even be millionaires. Then when you get into the mindset of a millionaire, it's a completely different thinking and thought process. So what you have to do is you have to rewire your thinking and your mind to even believe that you deserve being a millionaire. And if you have a middle class thinking and millionaires are on world class thinking, if you give a middle class thinker $1 million, they're going to find their way back to being broke again, because it's not the if you can have the law of attraction, it's the mindset on if you can handle it or not.
Yeah, that's true in what you said, but it also goes into thoughts manifest themselves. And whether you obtain it or not, if you believe something with passion and you acquire it, whether you fall again, because most kings fall 7 times to get back up. Whatever you want in life, you can have it, and whatever it was meant for you, however long it was meant for you to have it, that's just what it is. It was in the card.
And that's easier said than done. But like you say, we have to do is work on. That's what I do in mental toughness. Is work on your thinking, your thought process. Because most of us were born in middle class thinking. We hear no a lot. Don't do this. Don't do that.
But that comes with evolution, though.
But it's not necessarily evolution. It
For
comes
yourself.
comes with your background and how you're grown up. And like you say, we can use evolution, but like I say, in order to become a millionaire, and like I say, you can give a middle class thinker or a poor class thinker or lower class thinker $1 million. They're going to find their way back to being in that class and find their way back broke.
That's
because
true,
it's not the money, it's the belief system and the rewiring of your thinking to know that you can handle it. And then when you get there, being able to handle that and stay on that level level of thinking and that thinking plane.
Well, I think a little bit of business needs to be interjected in that. If you have somebody that doesn't have the millionaire state of mind, that doesn't have the business training or the educational financial training, or the people around him are knowing how to delegate their finances, then of course they're going to be back at $0
But that
because
right
they don't know
there,
how to
but
manage
that
money.
still goes without saying, or not even being able to manage money. It's not that. The only difference between a millionaire and somebody in the middle class is their thinking. They'll tell you all the time. Only because I was trained by Steve Siebold. Steve Siebold is the CEO of the Mental Toughness University. He trained the top 2% in the world. His book is The 177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class, which I've studied that over and over, and that's where a lot of my teaching come from, as well as how millionaires think. And it's totally different and totally rewind. I took several of his trainings in Atlanta, so the thinking is where he come from, because
it's definitely all in the mind, and it's also to the point to where it's where you have the minority and the majority. Minority of people are going to think on a larger scale for those who tap into that, and I just believe that it comes down to the individual. We all have to reprogram our minds if we want more. And it's one thing to get it, but to keep it is something totally different.
Absolutely.
So it is the process of the mind and the thinking. So I definitely agree with that part.
I think I was reading something on your website about what you do with the mental psyche, because you do have a background in, what is it, psychology?
Yeah, clinical psychology. I have a master's degree in clinical psychology.
I do too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good, I can tell.
Y'all debating other minds. Debating other minds. We got this mental psyche stuff going on. Yeah, well, we got the mental toughness love coach in here, and we're going to talk about how you help people transform their thinking to transforming their behaviors and transforming their lives when it comes to dating and, being in relationships. True?
Well, yeah, that's very true. The first thing is I definitely, talk to people and put them in a critical thinking position on, so that they can be real at where they are in life. A lot of people are not real in life. They're in the first things first is let's get you out of your delusion.
Right.
A lot of people are heavily delusional, and we are exactly don't live in reality, and we all are at some sense. But getting people out of the subjective reality and getting them to come closer and more into the objective reality about what life really is, what life really entails. Like people coming to me and they're in these relationships. Well, he said he loved me. I can't believe he hurt my feelings. The subjective reality is yes, he did. But the objective reality is you went in 90 days and handed your feelings to somebody who you didn't even know if they can even handle your feelings or not. Can they even handle their own feelings?
Right.
That's your fault. Your delusion. No.
Also some of that comes from just being conditioned by the world. It's called MK, mind control.
Absolutely.
By the things that we see. MK, mind control. Yeah,
Control is with a C, right?
Well, in this particular thing is MK, mind control, and this started way back in the days of Hitler. And then some of the things that we see on television, those things to program in our mind, like Marilyn Monroe. Whenever you see her, 9 times out of 10, if someone is emulating her again, they're being mind controlled by that part because they feel like that's what make them sexy. That's what will make them be more beautiful to the eye. And then if you even notice with like broken glass, that has a lot to do with it subliminally in music videos. All this stuff has a where you see alter egos, and alter egos come from mind control.
Absolutely. But the thing about it is, and you're absolutely correct, and that's the problem, because we're not living in our own individuality.
No.
We are living on what the world says we should be, and wanting other people to validate us, give us validation, as well as have other people tell us what our actual value is, instead of knowing it for ourselves. In order to live in this world, the proper way to do it is to live from within. You have to live the inside out. Most people live the outside in, and it don't work, because if you're living from the outside in, like you say, the world is such a matrix, and it's so much that's just not real to the eye, that we pull it in and it's not real. So then anything that we need is inside of us. We pull it out. That all of our answers are inside.
Right, and that goes to where it says that with majority and minority, once again, the majority is going to always be part of the masses.
Absolutely.
It takes those people that identify with who they are, people like Martin Luther King, Shakespeare. It just comes. That's just what it's meant to be. Yes. Most people are what's crazy is most people are followers.
Absolutely.
So what do we
That's
mean?
the masses. You're correct.
What happens in your book when you say I'm using the hold the mirror up theory? What does that mean? Like, what does that mean when you're trying to hold the mirror up to yourself and say, look within, not living within your own reality, as opposed and acting that when you're with a mate?
Well, when you're with the man and you're looking for within, in order to grow and in order to be more of what you want to be in life, it is very important and very imperative that any situation that we get in, even if we feel like that it's not our fault, it's always something we can do in that situation to not put 100% blame on the other person, but in the situation, which gain wisdom, is to see what it is that I could have done, what I can use myself, I could have done better in that situation for me to grow, even though I thought that, I was being wronged at that time. That's why I've gained so much wisdom and getting a lot better and not bitter, because of going through a lot of things and just going within myself. First of all, trying to pull the answer from within myself, not look from without, because it gives you a sense of growth.
Okay, so looking from in, so meaning when you're looking in and out from without, meaning that you've really dealt with these personal experiences kind of yourself.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's exactly what I did. A lot of the personal experiences, things that happened that I knew it wasn't right, but I dealt with them from within. And then in a God sense, because I felt like if I leaned on God, then that was solid, that was real, and that's true. If I lean on my spouse at the time, his understanding and what he was, humans are emotional. They're all over the place. They're not set. They're not solid. Human emotions is like trying to build a $20,000 mansion right in the middle of the Pacific Ocean on top of the water. How do you think that that's going to go each way? So when you learn that and learn people and how they are, then you learn to go within yourself and not look for the other person to solve the problem that's really coming from within.
So how do you solve it together? Because the whole thing is, I don't want to get away from the book, but it's why men cheat. So we're getting down
it's okay,
to
but
why.
everything is still in there. So
how do you get it to work together? Because the thing about marriage is the unity of two people. So how do you get them to work together? Why do you feel one of the reasons from doing all of this? You got a lot of men to open up and be open with you and talk to you genuinely about their story. So why do you feel like is the reason? How do we help heal that? So why do you feel like they're cheating?
To be honest with you, there's no one reason.
Okay.
If I had to broaden it, then I could say simply low self-esteem.
From the men?
From the men.
Okay.
Most of the men had low self-esteem. We won't believe how much, we think as women we have low self-esteem. We don't want people to see this. We don't want to show this. But the men are just, they're even worse,
Men are not as strong as women.
They're really not. They're really not. Men are not really as strong as they seem to be.
Physically they are, but mentally they're not.
Mentally they're not, and that's why I got into the mental, and it's important to get into the mindset, because all of them had deeper issues in their life that no one actually dealt with. A communication level, a lot of these men, I'm like, your wife didn't communicate with you, she don't know? No. They didn't have a clue that they had these issues, situations, problems, and troubles that they were actually going through. Okay? So when they don't get a chance, men don't get the positive, non-judgmental platform to speak, to talk about what happened with them in their past, to personally heal, then you're not going to get a whole person anyway. It's not necessary what the men do to cheat, or it's the woman, because my story is here. I gave, until like at the end I just felt like an empty ATM machine that I had absolutely, no deposits. You got it, yes, absolutely. There was nothing left. So I understand what it is to continue to remain yourself. I'm a giver. Continue to give, no matter how that person is or what that person is made up for.
They changed you.
Exactly, and I didn't. That's the thing. God changed me in the situation and didn't change me in the situation. You understand what I'm saying? Change me up, and I kept growing in a situation from within. And we have to realize too, a lot of times, like you said, well, how do we communicate with the other person so that we can start to do something different? What we're doing, and I've noticed what we're doing is we're jumping into a lot of relationships that we shouldn't even be into. See, all that I did with myself in my relationship, and not to say that it ended in a divorce, but it's okay, because everybody that come into our life as well are not just forever. He was here to catapult me, carry me, and give me what I needed.
Sometimes you're supposed to go through certain pain to move forward.
Absolutely, and that's what we have to understand.
We can learn. If something is something that you consider bad,
nothing's bad.
But see, that's another part where it goes with the mind. You have to always look at everything of why did this happen, and for the betterment of yourself.
Absolutely.
It's always supposed to be a positive end outlook at the end of it for yourself. First of all, this is what I shouldn't do again.
Yes.
Or look at the things that the person, like, this person gave
this
me
person
this.
is who I don't need around me again.
Yeah.
Right, but you know, and even that, you know, and that's why once again I revert back to the book. Is because I'm still very good friends with my ex-husband. I don't absolutely
How do
very
you do
good,
that?
and it's going on 8
is the
years.
mind.
So
Since
you
we
were
haven't
married
been
for how
together.
long?
I was married. I was with him from 12, and then I was with him
12
from,
years old.
I mean, I'm sorry, from 20 to 32. So we was married 6 years, and we was together 12.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I've not been able to master that yet.
We was, but yeah, because
friends with somebody
because
that I
my
was with
thing
before.
is that he
Never?
did what
No.
he did what he did.
I don't do that.
We
because
can't
it's like,
get into people. I have a daughter by him. We can't
Okay.
See,
get
that's something different.
and we
parenting.
can't get into people on who they were at that time. Just unfortunately, the way he grew up and the way he grew up in his life and the way it was, it formed and shaped the person that he became. You know, it's up to him still if he wanted to do things different and grow up. I can't help that. If that's not what he wanted to do, then I'm not going to be mad at him because I get a lot of people.
Oh, I
in
don't
the
be
world,
mad. I just move
I
forward.
think that when it comes
And,
to
yeah,
moving
that's it.
on and moving forward,
and that's what I did. I just
Yeah.
simply moved forward.
Yeah.
But moving on and moving forward, I think that just to speak to your point, saying you haven't mastered that, it doesn't mean that you have to. But I think that if you work on the friendship during the relationship when it is like,
Oh my
then
God.
no, seriously,
No, because right now I think that this episode right now is killing me because that's what I'm dealing with right now.
No, you got to work on the friendship first. I mean, the
but
relationship is
I
cool.
thought we were building on the friendship at the same time.
But you are.
Being
But I
a-
mean,
being a
like
friend-
she said, you're jumping into this relationship and giving all of your energy and your emotions and your feelings before you've developed the friendship aspect of it. So when it ends, you're so emotionally attached that by the time it's over, it's like, fuck you, feed you dog food. I'm not your
But then-
friend.
but then-
Because you jumped in with
emotions.
Most people jump in with emotions, and emotions bring delusion.
Yes.
It doesn't give you it doesn't let you look at a person head on correctly for who they are. You're looking at the person for who you think that they should be for you, because now you're in this emotional, delusional standpoint that's something that's not real. Instead of simply being able to, and I've learned this over the years, and we all should learn this, that we have to look at people for who they are and not look at people who we think that they should
Or
be
who we want
for us, or who we think that they should be.
Or who we thought they were.
Exactly, because the delusional state come, I can't believe you did me like this. You hurt me, but your delusional mindset saw what you wanted to see.
Right.
People are who they are.
And they tell you.
They show, and if we stop putting in our mind who we just so thirsty on wanting someone to be so much more than what they're not, just calm down, settle down, relax, and they will allow you to show them who they are.
Right.
And then when you get that, just simply
Believe 'em.
It's that simple.
Believe them.
It didn't become that simple for me. Trust me. It work.
Work, 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 work. If you mean work, 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 work. Rihanna is in LA right now. I'm inspired. Oh my gosh. We're going to break this up. It feels so deep and topic. It feels like the air is thick up in here. I want to get into some fashion, Mr. Splash of Cherry, because you are, what you up in your feelings right now? Because I think you got to make, who you trying to work on being friends with? You my boo today. They going to get jealous. Tell them that you got somebody else right now.
Nah,
You just gotta work on being you. The reason why I'm still remain friends and I'm still cool with him, because that's the way I was in a relationship. I was still his friend. I was still cool. So what make me think I'm not gonna be me? I'm gonna be me.
It was
was
it a
Circumstances
part,
is
like, because I mean, it still is some sour, like when stuff is not going right and you want it to work out and then it's ending and you don't want it to end and you're working on it, because I've been there.
But she just said stop being delusional.
Okay, so when
It
you
comes
stop,
to-
so when you
it
stop
comes
being
to the-
delusional, where there's still some sour grapes involved, even though you're working on a friendship or whatever. Like, how do you get out of that?
That takes
sourness?
time.
But I've been friends with
That
him
takes
since
time,
we,
though.
I'm
I'm not gonna jump out of a relationship with you the next day. Oh, we
be your
friends.
friend and
Nah,
But it wasn't like that. I
ain't gonna
went
make it
through
do it.
my, little what I needed to go through, and I did that. He went through whatever it was never, you gotta get out here, you gotta leave. We sat down like adults.
Was it
know?
because of cheating? Do you think it was cheating involved, or was it just it doesn't work out?
It was the cheating had something to do with it as well. It's just, and then it was other things. It just wasn't just the cheating. It was just other things
Got it.
that of growing apart. That has a lot to do with it.
So you
I
said
feel-
20 to 32, so it was a lot of youth involved in your
Absolutely,
relationship.
absolutely.
So it was some immaturity going into maturity in that relationship.
Absolutely. But then the thing about it is that, it was 12 years. The thing that got me too, it was 12 years later, I'm still talking about the things when we were in our early 20s. So then,
Right.
my ex-husband
Bringing
used to
up
tell
the
me
past.
all the time, you always repeating yourself. Yeah, because
But then for me, I feel like I'm sorry not to cut you off, but then I
it's
also feel like in every relationship, there's going to be something.
absolutely. There's going to be.
So it's like, but then for me, I'm a fixed sign. Like I like knowing what I'm doing. I'm used to what I'm dealing with. And this is like, if I get out of this situation, and whether if I'm healed and I know all these proactive things to do, you know, it's like when I get into my next relationship and then there's a problem.
No. We don't go by problems because, you know, it's just situations that happen. And it's not a problem. It's someone's character. Read the book and read this whole story on how so you'll get, you know, the other things. It's a lot that happened in that relationship that it just wasn't the infidelity, you know, or it just wasn't the cheating. My ex-husband in the book, and his quotes is in there. I'll give you a few quotes. He said, I had sex with so many women. You got to ask the women what's wrong with them. Okay. Wonderful.
While y'all were married? He said that?
We wasn't married then,
But that was when
we
the
were married.
interview. Okay.
And then, you know, he said that is in the book, you know, it's his quote. And like I say, he's a great guy, you know, great. We just wasn't meant to be together. And, you know, as a couple. And I understand that, you know. That's fine. I have a beautiful daughter out of it.
Exactly.
But like he said in the book, it's 24 hours out of a day. 18 hours I was thinking about sex. 18 hours a day I was thinking about sex. The other part of the day I was asleep. You know, he said anything could arouse him. You know, a social media comment, a pretty lady walking by, or past sexual encounter. You know, so those things. You know, me personally, you know, with that, and I couldn't compete with that. You know, I couldn't compete. I knew what was going on, you know, and I was going on, we went 12 years. And we had a good relationship together. It was just the things
Were y'all still sexually active?
No. And once it was over, it was over. I wasn't sexually active with him when we were, you know, when I knew I was on my way out. And after I said, it's time to part ways, I cut it.
I'm talking about I'm talking when you guys were together at one point.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't cut that. It's still in the book. He'll tell you.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, when we were husband and wife, absolutely. I didn't like the type that cut it, be like, no, you know, and when women in relationships, remember that women, if you women, if you get in a relationship and you telling your man no, you shouldn't even be in a relationship. So I wasn't that type. It's in the book. That's why I keep www.misshitch.com.
So what if you working on your relationship? You feel like that, you know, maybe that's the way that some people. I know a friend that has started off having sex, but before she got married, she stopped. So that was like a healing process for them prior to marriage. Is that still like saying no?
Why say that again?
I think
Abstinence.
abstinence before the marriage, even though they had already started having sex. So I was like, that sounds backwards.
30-day, like, kind of
I don't know. It was a
about
period of
that.
time that they did stop, and it was like, no. I was like, what are you
So
saying?
then once they got married, then what?
Because
how you gonna
they
start
got
having
divorced
sex
now?
Yeah, exactly. How you gonna start having sex with a man and then all of a sudden, I mean, come on, we're dealing with a man here, and then now you're gonna tell him no? I mean, you gotta realize who you're dealing with. It's not necessarily what people have to realize and understand too. It's not working on a relationship. Work on yourself. Relationships don't drop out the air. They don't come out of osmosis. Who make up a relationship? Either you or you. So who's the bad party? You guys are putting your inconsistencies together. Relationships just don't say, I'm a relationship, I'm here. Oh, I gotta work on you. Relationship. No,
So
it doesn't exist. Work on yourself.
So do you recommend working on yourself first before being in a relationship?
You got to work on yourself each and every second of your life to make sure you don't go outside and get road rage. So you don't pop off an attitude at somebody just because. Work on yourself. It's not a relationship. Who are you? What do you have to offer?
Right.
What dynamics make up your house and who you are? Build character.
Correct.
We don't talk about character and character. What's the fruits of your character? The fruits of your labor. Instead of you just working on a relationship with somebody else, what is it that you're working on with them?
Right. I get that.
What is it that you're
don't
working
ask
on
me.
with somebody else? What you working on with somebody else?
Right.
If you're good and you're a good person, you're dedicated to personal growth within yourself, you can be in a relationship with almost anybody.
Because you're going to be inspired by somebody else that's doing the same thing, because it's a reflection of yourself when you're in a relationship, I think.
It's just building good character. You have to look at people's character. We just walk up and we don't look at people's character.
Right.
You got to see what your character. Are you responsible? Do you lie or are you a liar? Have you cheated or are you a cheater?
Right.
You know, things that go from within, you know, that we have a, outer expression that we live without. That's very important. People have to stop doing that. We're going to work on our relationship. Work on you.
Got it. So let me find out what is part of what is the Hitch process, because I know we're talking about why married men cheat, why we should be working on ourselves, the self-therapeutic things that will get us to a point to where we can be in a relationship. But you also have a website, misshitch.com, where you can also purchase the book and all of that.
Yes.
what is the Hitch? Because you also help people to be in a relationship and get together and work on themselves and be ready to be in a relationship. So you have something where you consult them, you have matchmaking, you plan honeymoons, you do all of these. So tell us about what the Hitch process is and what they can expect if they were to go onto your site.
Well, the Hitch process that's if someone want to, find a match. And my thing is that a lot of people don't even get past, because I'm not going to, if I don't feel like that you are emotionally ready to actually be, attached to someone and can handle, I'm not even going to recommend it. I'm going to recommend the mental toughness coaching first to get to know. You might not even make it past that. That's very important. A lot of the other dating services, they're just, okay, we'll match you up. We got that. How do you know? Because I've gone through a lot of them just to see their process, how it works. They'll match you up with someone, but it's just anybody can get together.
Correct.
But who can stay together?
Correct.
See, that's the problem. We're all making little matches and getting together out here. Your gift will take you, or your character won't keep you. We got the gift to get with somebody, but do you have the character to keep you there?
And how do you establish that?
When you come in, I have to assess you first. First and foremost, you will get assessed, and then secondly or third, we'll see if we can even move you to the next round. Because a lot of people, I don't want my name on that. Now I done put you with him, and he not what it is that you were actually asking for, and then vice versa.
So you're screening both parties to see if they're even suitable, capable, and what do they need each individually before you even put them together.
I believe in a real direct match.
Okay.
Period. I don't believe in all this other, we fluffing through profiles, we looking just to look at pictures, and I don't believe in any of that. I believe in, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a direct match. And then I got all the honeymoons, the second and third dates, because now I have to do the aftercare. If I'm gonna put you together, now I'm in the process of keeping you together. Just not matching you and go ahead. I've been to baby showers, planning weddings for these people. I stay involved, honeymoons, dates for mates, relationship rejuvenation, because a lot of couples get together and they grow extremely stale.
Correct.
They have none of that. A lot of these people, like I always say, they're living in caskets. They come and I'm coaching, I'm like,
how do you bring that life then? I don't want no casket. I don't want to hear about that. How do we bring the life?
I feel like most people that last long, it's a mental relationship. You have to, if the person does not stimulate your mental, because after so long, sex is over.
It's all the way over.
You have to. It has to be a mental connection first. Because if you stimulate the mind, everything else is yours.
Thank you.
Correct.
Because if most people on matching sites, I don't know about yours, but say most people are always looking for that beautiful person. Or that if a person come up to you and say, "Damn, you sexy," they want sex. If a person walk up to you and say, "You're so beautiful," they're looking at your soul. So you have to be very careful of the words that people use and choose.
You're correct.
But
You're
once again,
right.
it goes right back to the mind, and then it also goes back to that stomach. If you can feed a person real good, and you're very domesticated, 9 out of 10, you
I got that.
But all the wifely duties, if you get into a relationship, goes without saying. You know what you're in. You know what you said, I do. See, this is the delusion where people come in and they get to think that they can choose and still be them and not up their game and still remain the lazy old you. When people go back to the relationships and they end it for so long and they go back to sleeping in separate rooms, the lazy her, the lazy him, that means they just going back to who they are. That's just it. You just going back to that. That's just who you are anyway. That's
So
who
you
wanna be.
teach us how to do 911 bedroom emergency sexuality touch up. So you teach them how to keep the sexy going. Because I think
You
I
have
don't think
to.
you could. I don't like you can't just sleep in some busted ass gear or something.
But that's what they do. You got your bunny slippers on. You got your onesie with the mustard stain on it. And he coming home and you sitting on the couch with the motor with this old onesie zipped all the way up to
That
here.
you had on when you
letting
left
him
the
know
house
that
this
you're
morning.
not
Not
getting
cute,
absolutely nothing. What you think he gonna do? Circle around that block like, dang, okay, I gotta go. At least I done did all this at work today. I have to, go and oh my goodness, okay, I gotta go in here. But I also have, something that I offer called.
What about you just sleeping nothing?
No. But when you sleep in that, and that's all the way up to here, that means you
don't want none.
You don't want none. You're not
You blocking
inviting.
it.
A lot of these women are not inviting.
You're not.
But I have
Exactly.
something called the menu, MEN-U. It's a menu on there that's, you can dress up and, the snow girl bunny, the cheerleader, the sexual whore. Let's not get it twisted. If this your man, the head nurse,
And all those are
so before he leave, learn
head nurse.
Give him give him
brain
that
damage.
menu. Right. Give him that menu and ask him what he want when he get home.
Okay, I got you.
The pork chops and the ho-hos and the steaks and all that is good, but what about this on this other menu?
I got it.
Okay.
I'm ready for it. Okay.
So it's keeping the relationship going, keeping the flame. All these old dead relationships out here, most people shouldn't even be together.
I'm still trying to figure out though. You're saying that why do married men cheat? That's the name of your book. why is why we're trying to get about. You've interviewed over 100 men, probably plus by now, and so that means you have 100 different answers.
You know,
Give
I
us
So it's
five.
not. It's
Give us
not
five.
about insecurities. All the
she
time.
gained weight, and one story is in there called "Blinded by the Side Chick." She gained weight. He claimed, you know, because I got his story. You know, she got bigger when we were together. I, you know, tried to buy her memberships. I said, let's walk together. I said, let's lose weight together. He said she don't have a romantic bone in her body. I try to have the bathwater ran because of her weight problem. She didn't want to ever get in the bathtub with me or take a shower with me. I never really seen her all the way completely naked. And then once she got together, she felt like that she got me. There's no sex, there's no this. I asked her, let's go here to go party. She don't want to do that. So that was his story. She gained weight, and you're just she felt like she got comfortable.
I don't think it should be no no's in the relationship.
No, it shouldn't be any no's. If you say I do, then do what you say you're gonna do. If you're gonna
no
take
no's.
the title,
I don't like
do the
no's.
job. If
Right.
you're gonna take the title, do the job. Stop saying I'm husband and wife and you're not living up to what it is.
Okay.
People will go to work every day and be the supervisor at Walmart, and you say I'm the supervisor at Walmart, and you running around there, you loyal to that job, you showing up every day. Hey, welcome to Walmart. Hi, how can I help you?
Right.
You nice. You being loyal to them. You making sure everything, all the stuff on the shelf. Oh, you know, doing. But we don't do that to our relationships. You gonna value that little check that's not even enough that you're getting at your job,
Right.
but you're not valuing the relationship and the person that's sleeping next to you every
Right,
night.
right.
Why are you not putting into them like you putting in to Walmart?
So they're getting bitter, and they're holding it in and holding it. You know, if they're not. Yeah, I got
It's
you.
a lot of times it's emotional disconnection. Of course, it's emotional disconnection that build up when women don't want to have sex
And
with their
then
husband.
I think men just cheat naturally. I mean, once again, it
Why?
goes back to
Y'all
that.
just
It goes
built
back
like
to it
that.
goes back to that thing where minority over majority. Majority of people are going to do what they normally do. It takes a very strong, independent,
Do you
righteous. I cheat, but I'm not a cheater.
Okay.
If I cheat, it's because the lack of something that I'm
So
not
is that
getting.
because you're not being honest with the person that you're with and not speaking on it? Because I feel like you said that you believe in honesty and you want.
No, and I do, and it's like when you with somebody. But when I start cheating, is when I know that the relationship is taking a turn that's
You don't
not
wanna go
right.
down.
And
So-
if I'm cheating, it's because I'm not getting it from who I'm with. Because I'm just not finna just be all over the place. I'm a man of substance and character, and I
Oh, you're
have
Leo. Yeah, I got all
Yeah.
the substance and character in the world.
yeah, and then for myself, I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for Anthony Cherry. But then it's like, then it's also goes back to like, I'm practical in that sense, and I got the old school still embedded in me. I was raised in the Midwest, and most Midwesterners, we were raised to like,
Someone from the South, almost.
yeah, you grow up, you work, you date one person. You know, you don't want to be all over the place, and that's how I grew up. I want to be able to still have value to myself. I don't want to
Right.
devalue myself by, if everybody can have it, I don't want it.
Thank
right.
you. Okay, that's right. If it's you want to be a rarity, not a commodity. Everybody can just get to you.
No, who
Right.
want-
Everybody
it's
can
like
get
you go
to you.
I'd rather
Any
be,
old body that can get to you.
I'd rather be Ruth Chris than White Castles with a snack pack, you know?
You see, with them two little, you talking about with the two little hamburgers and that
Yeah,
little
oh,
package,
yeah,
the
it's
little
like-
frozen
yeah.
ones you put in the microwave.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to be that, but most men are going to cheat. It's in their nature, and I think that's something that dates back to early on to Adam and Eve. You know, at that point, that was her punishment.
Absolutely.
Like even menstrual cycle, then a man just doing you wrong. So men, and then
What about the menstrual? You threw that in there.
No,
like,
that's part of
what?
y'all pain for what for.
When you go back to Adam and Eve, she bit that apple, and then she
Yeah,
went
that
over there and
was part
said,
of her
Adam,
punishment.
you bite some, but there was the childbearing birth, of why does it, it hurt for that. But I think that, they had sex, because you saying the apple bears seed, and then she lured him in, and then that's what it was. You bit an apple from the tree. I'm just thinking that, it was a sexual thing, because then why sex and sexual is such a big deal today. It's such a big, it can destroy you from right now to today.
Even
Sex.
now, I think that a lot of men, even when they approach you about dating, it's like, what's up with it? It's like, ain't shit up with it. Like, what are you talking about?
Because
they approach you as if sex should be something that you're talking about on the
because
first
they've been
date.
trained the wrong
But
way.
they've been trained by the wrong women that have allowed that to happen.
Absolutely,
But
because
no. It's just not only the women; it's the influences of their homeboys.
Oh, whoever.
Listen,
Whoever.
because your
It's
your
that
mom
too.
and your parents can teach you everything that's that's right to do. Once you get out here in society and life, you have the peer pressure. You're influenced by different people. You're influenced by what you see on television. All of the rappers and everybody
You
got all
are,
these
and
girls.
if you are, then you need a little bit of home. You need some advice on what not to do because
But then
everyone
once
is
again,
not
what
doing
did
that.
we establish earlier? Men are weaker than women.
And we know
Right.
right. We know right from wrong. But the thing about it is let's go back. Let's just take it back a step further. Men are not taught to value that private part when they're young.
Right.
Women are taught to say no.
Yep.
Wait till you get married.
Right.
Wait on your knight in shining armor.
Right.
Men are taught to give it away, give it to whoever. Go out there, go. Oh, you got some. Hey, hood. And then even the daddies and the mamas don't treat the son the same way when it comes to sex. It's a whole different thing. So men don't value that little piece of meat down there. They just running out there, giving it to you, giving it to you. Who want it next? You can have it, you can have it, you can have it. And they go up there, they'll give you that before they give you something to eat.
And then I think for women, and then women are more mental when it comes to sex versus a man.
Absolutely.
A man only thinks when it comes to sex.
Exactly.
A woman wants stability. She wants emotion. She wants
Yes.
affection.
Right.
Men don't care about. They're like bend over, give it to them in their
I
mouth.
love that St. Louis coming out.
One of the people in the book says sex to me is just an object. That's all I see it as.
Who
See,
said
you
that?
women,
It's an object of what?
See, it's in the book. He says, see, you women, you guys get too emotional. Us men, we don't get too emotional. We have sex and then that's the end of that. He said, once I have sex and I acted on at least 20 minutes a day, I'm perfect.
But they be emotional in a whole other regard. When
Men
you,
can have sex like every day, huh?
yeah, every day, all day.
different
And in the alley, you'll never know if they've been in the car and got them some. You'll never know.
You will never know. You
would
understand?
never know.
You never know. You never
You
know.
would never know.
But like someone that said in the book, I had sex with so many women. You gotta ask these women what's wrong with them too. And then us ladies, we out here fooling with other people's husbands. So it's not just on the men either.
Some.
Us ladies, not like yes, some of us don't get it twisted. This conversation is never like all men cheat because I know some
It's not.
dynamic, wonderful men who do not cheat, and I know some dynamic women who are not interested in going towards someone else's husband,
Thank
and that's
you.
the problem too.
I know we
Somebody
applaud
else's
women.
man,
These
period.
women don't care. Right, somebody else's man, period. Exactly.
Yeah.
These women don't care. There's no character built. Women are so in a competition mode. Oh, well, I'm going to just sleep with her man. Oh, you got a man. And then they'll just do it. They'll just sleep with her instead of saying like, okay, you have a woman, so what am I going to do with you?
Or they go for what they see.
Or they so thirsty.
And then, because you don't know, okay, this person may be dressed nice, got a nice car, and all this, but then what else does he have outside of that? Then when you get to know him, he ain't even got nothing.
Because all they gonna offer you is that little piece of meat. Because he ain't offering to lift you up. He's not offering to take you nowhere. When I say take you nowhere, what you got going on in life? He not offering to enhance your life. They all come in with the same thing, and women think that that's cute, girl. He tried to talk to me. What does that mean? He tried to talk to you and say what? You know what he want? Oh, girl, he tried to get me to come over tonight. I'm like, girl, that's such
At
the
3 in the
easiest
morning,
thing.
I'm not answering your
But at
text
3
or
in
your
the day,
call.
this is what men do. They
do
want to
that.
come
You
up
know,
to you.
y'all- you know
they
what you
wanna
want at
use
1
that
in the
meat.
morning. You know
They
what
want to use that meat. That's simple as that. They want to use that. When somebody come and if they say they want to do
The
something
meat?
else with your life, then
We've got the
different
meat.
man. They want the meat.
And I want the seat.
They want to use that
Okay.
meat. They want to use
So
that
I want to
meat.
hear something fun and exciting. All this meat talk.
You wrote it.
What's the best honeymoon that you've planned? I want to hear something like, what do you do when your clients and they're all in this happy love space and they are friends and they are communicating and they are not thinking about cheating? Because everything you do, you're explaining to us why married men cheat and what your investigations and your studies and you have proven why they do this, and you're giving women how to empower themselves so that this doesn't happen in their relationship. But when they do get to that place where they're married and they want to plan a honeymoon, what's some of the exciting things that you can plan for a married couple?
Well, definitely the second honeymoon is the best because they always do that.
What's the second? Why not the first?
You already do. I'm just saying the first. A lot of them have gone when they're in a relationship or married. Some people come, they're already together.
Okay.
So then, we plan the second honeymoon is always
Right,
the
right.
best because the first one always seemed a little shaky. Second honeymoon always seemed to open up flames again.
Okay.
And open up feelings that were there the first time they met or the first time they went on that honeymoon.
Do you think destination makes things sexier?
Of course.
Destination and what the destination actually look like, because you can go from I plan couples from flying in private jets out the private jets to around, and then you can plan for someone who's just in the neighborhood who's local, and they can go to I'm literally saying DoubleTree, but it looked like, but because they so stale and they haven't went anywhere, the way it looks, the way you stage the room, the way you plan it, a few gifts, it's just the way the whole thing's set up. The presentation is everything. I don't care if it's in a backyard. You can come. We set it up in the backyard where you got the nice table. The chef
you got
come,
a nice,
and they come. The candles are out. Have someone come and just stage that. Make it. You can have it look like, we didn't have it look like Paris. It looked like Italy. A taste. It looked like where it's going. But look at the effort and the work that man put into it to make it special for her. Whether it was in Italy or whether it was in the backyard, it's the effort and the presentation.
So moving into your book, if people buy your book, they're going to see why things can go awry, but when they go to your site, they can see how they can get together. What's some of the best advice for you could advise someone that's single, that's kind of going through it and having probably series of bad relationships, or just not feeling like they found their place with that person?
All right, well, it can be a series of bad relationships, but you can't just get in a relationship with everybody.
Then work on yourself.
Just simply look at people. It's not even, you're going to work on yourself, because I work on myself each and every day of my life. I haven't
got so much on this mind.
Because it's like, no matter, you never know a person that you with. People are forever evolving.
I'm just giving you let's get you the short term on you never know a person you with. You're absolutely right, because I watch Snapped and Deadly Women, if you will. And some of them
I love
right. So you're absolutely correcto. But that's because a lot of times people don't pay attention to who they're with. They see that person and they can get inklings, but we don't pay attention. Let me just give you,
people can trick you too.
And they do, but let's shorten it. This is how I do, because I do get a lot of men that try to, and I'm still single, that try to approach me or want to be in a relationship with me, okay? This is what I do. I will, because people, if you miss it, you don't give nobody a chance. Yes, I do. I'm going to give you a chance, and I'm going to see what you're going to do with me. I give them full chance. I give them fair game. Because I am at peace with myself, I can make the choice whether I want to hand over my feelings. A lot of men are not emotionally available, because I'm real sensitive and stuff. So I don't want to just hand my feelings. So I can choose who I decide to hand my feelings to. I just haven't ran into anybody and I'm not going to get in, try to change you.
It happens every 10 years.
Who you show me, how you do it, whatever it is, you can kind of see that up front. You can kind of gauge it. I don't have to give you 2, 3, 4, 5 years of my life to see what you're going to do. No. All you can do is ask a couple of questions, do a couple of things, and see if a person is emotionally available, even for you, or do they want to do anything with you other than have a sexual relationship with you.
So listen, we just have a social media question, so I'm going to ask it right now. What do you feel about they said, can you ever match two same-sex individuals? How does that work? Don't roll your eyes. This is 2016.
It is, and I agree with whoever want to be in that relationship together.
Okay.
I've counseled a couple that was same sex,
right,
but I haven't matched. Will I? Hey, if that's something you want to do and that's somebody you want to find, people are people.
People are people.
That's it.
So I'm just wondering, do your services include that, and how do you
absolutely.
feel?
If they want to come, absolutely. I don't feel anything about it, because it's not for me to feel about it. This is you. This is how you feel. This is what you want to do. But what I will do in order to be, if I get more of that, which I haven't had more of that, in order to relate and be more relatable, I will bring in someone of that caliber just to make sure that we all relate and we build rapport and be relatable, because I'm not in that. So I want to make sure that I bring in an expert that is in that field, and we can kind of, when it comes across me, because I'm sure it will, and then we can work together.
Especially if you're moving into that field with the reality TV, because you do have something where you're actually now casting for your
Hitch it or ditch it.
Hitch it or ditch it.
Yeah, hitch it or ditch it, because truth be told, a lot of people always try to work on, let's make it work. Let's make sure it works. Sometimes you shouldn't even been together. It's not gonna work. Just like me and my ex-husband. That's cool. We work on friendship, and that's fine. But as far as us being together as husband and wife, that portion just didn't work out with us.
Right.
Know when it's not. You working at something that shouldn't even be anyway. You in two situations fighting battles that nobody want to bend anyway. So what you gonna do? You just gonna keep keep going. You can't force people to bend.
Right.
I can say that. People do change, yes, but it takes a lot for people to change, and people don't
It's a
change
process.
overnight. It is a process.
Okay.
How
But when you're invested into somebody,
but
don't
when
you
look,
want? Don't you?
But when you
wanna
look at
work
the
on
big
that?
picture of it all, if this is something that you want,
you gonna make
it's a
it work.
click.
Thank
Exactly.
you.
It don't
Thank
take.
you.
It don't. If you have any discrepancy about whatever, get the hell on and keep it
hello,
moving.
and
Because at
there
that
you
point,
go.
that's how we can't be friends
That's
at the end
it.
because you playing with me because you
Thank
had the
you.
time to get out.
And that's how I feel. Like when you got a time to get out, and like you said, if we together, let me explain something to you. Let's just keep it good and simple. The problem is people playing with each other, and
Right.
they want what they want and don't even want anything anyway.
For
If
themselves.
we said we gonna get married together, I know doggone well what the duty. Yes. If you're not telling me, we're not talking about idiosyncraticism,
Right.
stuff that's jump off the building.
Girl,
jump.
don't be jumping
I
in here with
know
no
I'm
psychology
supposed to-
words with y'all master's
Right.
degree.
I know I'm supposed to come in here. My duty and my job
Idiosyncrasies? What
is
are we
to make
talking
you
about?
happy.
What is that?
That's it.
Idiocy, dumb
All
crap.
right, exactly.
Dumb
My
shit.
job is to
Break
make
it
you
down,
happy.
'cause layman's terms is what we
I
need
tell
up in
these
here.
people, if you're not willing to go in a relationship and fully give and see what you can give, I believe in cater, romance, enhance,
Right.
giving, and serving. These are the things. This all you should be working on in the relationship,
Right.
because this
Work,
what you
work,
should be
work,
working
work,
on yourself. Work. This what you should be working on with yourself. So these are the 5 things that Miss Hitch, the mental toughness coach put out there. If you're not doing this, what are you doing?
Exactly.
And people got every other excuse
You're not
on
working on
why
your
they're not
relationship.
doing. Work on those. What are we together for? What did you get with me for then? And people need to start asking.
That ass, your body, that came with that meat, that whatever they was talking about. That's what we was talking about.
And that's what that relationship led.
And that's
that
why it
meat.
fails.
That's why I fail, because you start off with that meat, you're gonna
Off
end
of
up with that
lust.
meat. Don't think you're gonna get a man to come over and get that meat, and then you want him to take you out. Because I get them, they be like, "Girl, he won't even take me out." I said, "Well, did y'all have sex yet?" Well, there you go. You can't do backwards. You can't put that in the man. If that imprint in his head, I done already says I ain't got to take you out and do nothing. So he ain't got. What he gonna date you for? You just
You
start
done gave it
dating.
to him.
You
Got it. My mama
And
y'all
women
told
just
me
need
that.
Not every case, but a lot of those cases are like that. It's hard to flip a man's head on thinking that you're going to now.
You a
He's
man,
gonna
is
now
that the
take
truth?
you out.
Yeah, and yeah,
Oh, he
because-
said, yeah, he didn't even
and then-
think.
And then another
It's
thing,
like, it
and
was
then
no
another
thought.
thing-
Yeah, I got the pussy already.
Another thing too is like you can't hold it off from a man for so long because he gonna feel like, oh, okay, after you do give it to him, he like, shit, I got what I want and I'm out. You can't make that seem like I want you to have this commitment to me, because a nigga at that point he'll be like, all right, I know what I'm gonna do with this one. At the end of the day, it has to be either for y'all or not.
But then a real man too know that it's not necessarily it's for you, because a real man know too when you got a different type of woman. Like I just can't approach her with, like a lot of men, they do me like that. They mistake me. They try to put me in the same old rotation of all the other women, and I be like, I'm not about to sit here and tell you my value and who I am. You didn't take the time to ask questions to figure it out.
I think sometimes
men
they don't
ask questions.
They don't ask if you single, if
No.
you dating. They thinking like, hey, let me get
No.
your number. Do you know if I'm dating? Do you know if I'm
Let
in
me
a
take you out
relationship?
on
You
a
should
date.
ask those questions if you want to know, because I don't feel like I have to
They
volunteer.
don't ask you what
anyway.
you do, what you
No,
live, how you live. They're
no.
not interested in anything you have going on. It's just they sit
That
there.
should let you know what they want to know about you.
I see it, or I just sit and watch, or I just like if I don't
Ooh.
spend enough time with you for you to sit and watch, and then know who I am. There's no
Hit
communication.
it or quit it.
There's no
But
communication.
then at the day and time we living in now, all structures broke down, and even with social media, it has made it. That's a menu right there.
Ain't that the truth?
You can have whatever you want
You
from
can have whatever
anywhere
you
around the world.
like. Ain't that the truth?
So now, but then like most people are gonna fall victim to that. But then at the end of the day,
Because the masses are weak.
yeah, and at the end of the day, when you get in all those situations, you get bored, and then at one point, you're gonna want something real.
Hello.
Like all the rappers
A
and
lot of men
everybody,
do.
yeah, they people get tired.
They do get tired, but it's a lot of big booties on social media, all that. I'm like, look at booty grab. It's so many buns. I ain't seen that many in my life. But what
Big
you do,
buns,
but what you
honey,
do
that
know
you
is
got
when you
the-
see a lot of these celebrities
What's
walking
that?
around here
Sir
with their
Mix-a-Lot.
wives, they don't even have big booties. These
It's a
big
fantasy
booties
that
is
they
just
want.
That's it. It's just a fantasy.
Men want the studious woman at home because she has character. And she's a good person. She handles her business. She has integrity. But then at the end of the day, a man want a slut. They've been having courtesans since 1800.
What?
Like Marilyn Monroe's like that. But that's why a woman has to have that fine line of a little bit of ratchet, a little bit of class, a little bit of freak, and a little bit of
And know
discreetness.
how to cook it.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. What you need to do is just have a little bit of everything to bend and serve
Yeah.
your man. How about that?
Well, you need to
Just
find
have
out
a
what your
little bit of
man
everything.
want and need, and learn how to give it to him.
And
Cater
talk to him.
and talk
we
to
don't talk
communication.
to. I mean, like, well, what? Because a lot lot of women I come and I say, well, what do your man want? Look, I don't know.
But then most men, and then
Did you ask him?
Another thing for real, men hide their emotions behind their
That's y'all issue.
bravado.
You need to
But
talk
if
to
you,
Miss
but
Hitch
if a
about getting
man
out.
get, and
I wanna
us
talk about
women give us
my Met
a
stuff.
non-judgmental, easy, build rapport with your man,
5 minutes and wrap it up.
easy.
Okay.
He can say whatever it is he wants. He shouldn't. I'm not gonna be in a relationship where I'm fearing telling you, okay, something that I want, or let's just.
Material stuff that you want, or like in the relationship what you need.
In
from
a
the
relationship, what you need from a man, and then you get an attitude and you get mad. If we're together and we're trying to live a lifetime, is what we call it, or what you're trying to do together, why we can't communicate with each other and tell each other exactly what we
People
want?
say they want the truth, but a lot of people can't handle it.
Well, that's why you got to go in with it and make them.
Well,
handle
okay,
it.
so you were saying about why men cheat, and you've interviewed all these men. So a lot of men, like we were speaking outside of the studio, and we had a comment that said, "I keep it real," or "I tell the truth, I'm honest." And a lot of times, a lot of men in a relationship, they felt like, "Oh, I told you I was dating this person." Is it okay that the fact that that person feels like because they're honest and not giving you 100%?
No,
of
they
themselves-
told you that after y'all done got involved and the emotions then came in.
Right, I
They didn't
feel-
tell you that out the gate.
Right.
Because they knew that
So
chance.
just because you're honest doesn't make it okay.
But some of it, yeah, because you're honest. Because some of them will tell, the ones that will tell you up, the gate. Because I've had men say, well, yeah, I'm dating her. I've been knowing her for 20 years. Or I'm dating her, or I am dating around. I'm single. And a lot of times, us women will get in that situation thinking that they
Be that one.
whatever that you can change. He already told you who he was. Simple as that. So if you
So,
think
but
you want to get in and be in competition with the rest of the women
Can't
and
do
go
it.
smack, you cannot stop it.
Can't do it.
Stop it.
Can't do it.
You cannot.
I'm not in competition
He
with
told
nothing
you.
other than
Nothing.
myself.
And hello,
Okay.
he told you nothing other than myself. He told you. He told you. So what? What?
I
told
don't
you.
know.
What?
Well,
What?
Anthony, are we going to talk about anything that happened at the Met Gala? Because I'm
mean,
not
there
trying
was
to
a-
slow this down.
Okay,
No. Let's
for
Met
people
Gala.
for people that didn't understand the Met Gala, because everybody was looking at it, and even myself,
I was like,
just
what's
always
going
hear
on?
about the Met Gala and see people there, but this year drew my attention for whatever reason, and I was ignorant to the fact, so that made me weigh my criticism heavy, because I was saying like Sierra, like what the fuck?
No, but okay, because Sierra and Jennifer Hudson, let me say this. Both of them look, to me, stunning. Did you like their outfits?
I didn't like Sierra normally kills it when it comes to fashion. The dress.
Not
that-
always.
No, yes, she does.
Did she have one with the feathers on it?
No, she had one
No,
with a
that
chain
was
with a
Zoe
bunch of
Saldana.
crosses on it.
But
did
that
fit
was
her. It did-
H&M for the runway. So
Okay.
H&M was making their entrance into the red carpet, and
Okay,
then
well-
Met Gala. So her and Jennifer. Can we get into some pictures really quick?
Because
You don't have that?
Sierra,
So, no, I'm not trying to switch it up, Miss Hitch, because I want them to go to misshitch.com, because you got to, we're going to have you come back on here. We need to do a segment on we need to get some of these men in here with some of their opinions, because I want to know why.
Absolutely.
You got an
Okay.
opinion? What you got to say, cousin?
But make sure they do go to Miss Hitch.
Beyonce.
Oh, Beyonce with her vinyl Givenchy. Come on, let me see.
Givenchy.
Givenchy.
I liked her body in this.
Her booty was so huge in here. I was like, go, B, is that real?
Nothing
It was
on
so-
nothing on Beyonce is big.
Now,
She's
look at
petite.
Well, not
she
big.
is so little.
It illuminates from television because
Okay,
it's just-
the booty was popping.
Look at
It was
that eye.
banging.
Look at that eye, honey.
I make a lot of people criticize
like
her
a
makeup
raccoon.
because it was like not blended and anything like that. But people have to understand this was about man versus machine, so you had to give something that was a little bit different.
Did
I
you
don't
see her
know.
sister though?
Her sister looked
Like Big Bird.
exactly.
But then we have to understand
With
that
vinyl
that's
leggings.
what this was about. This
It
was about
was.
the
They
person
gave what it was
the
supposed to
person
be.
being art.
Yeah,
But
because I
however-
probably would have came and looking
Taylor
like
Swift was one of the
cereal.
co-chairs. Look, okay, I love I love those Dolce and Gabbana headpieces. That is it's like all that embellishment. I love it. I don't like the dress so much, but it's not bad. I mean, you got to think of
But you got to think she incorporated metal in it. That's why everybody had on metal-looking outfits.
I love the headpiece.
So that,
I-
but you know, the best dress of the night that I saw, I forgot who had it on, but the dress at night illuminated
Oh,
in glow.
Oh, yes.
the Zach
That
Posen
from
by
Zach
Claire
Posen.
Danes. Claire Danes. We got a picture of that. I don't know if I have the
Yes.
night.
Zach
She
Posen.
Came,
she
giving
had the
it.
fiber optics.
that.
Now that's
No,
nice.
that's Carly Claus. So she had a long dress coming in. Someone spilled red wine. They cut it and made it a short dress. She's still killing it.
Girl, still killing
That body
Yeah.
is so banging.
Killing it.
Okay, and that's
Lady
Gaga.
Gaga.
And that's Kate Hudson and Versace Altier. I said that wrong. That's so good.
That's a nice picture, but Lady Gaga, like, I'm just
she's so over
it.
this. But that's
over
Lady
Gaga?
Gaga.
Yeah,
That's
she looks a
Gaga.
mess.
That is Gaga.
He tell me she looks a mess.
She looks a mess. She's
She
a try
does.
again.
Okay, this is
No, she
Kendall. I
changed
thought
it. She
Kendall
look-
was a black girl right here. I'm sorry. Kendall had.
Those are
Kendall
nice.
had her.
But then everybody was making it seem like Kendall was just killing it. It was just like
She
she
is.
slim.
Her body is. She is
No,
killing it.
she's killing. That's basic. That dress is nice.
It is not basic.
Wait, who is that?
That is Balmain, and it's not
Okay, just
basic.
because it's-
It is so.
See, I'm not programmed.
Oh,
I'm
she
not
is not
programmed.
basic.
Is that a Kardashian?
No, I'm not saying she's basic.
Oh. She is?
And Kim looked like.
Oh, and
Oh,
Kim
he
looked
said
totally
she's not a
different.
card. Oh. Now they were so over the top. I'm so mad.
She looks so
he did
different.
not get the memo that this was man versus machine. He went country and western on that ass, and then
But
them
that
country-
coat knows contact.
That coat is the everything. That coat is everything.
I love
The contacts did it for me because it worked her look. Kim been
It did
fucking
not
with her
work her
face.
look. He
She's
looked
been
like a
messing with her
wolf.
face.
Looks like my mom.
She looks like her mother, but
She
that's
does like
it's
her mom.
Mother's Day.
What
Happy
does that
Mother's
mean?
Day to all
That basically
moms.
says she's aging because she looks old as hell in this picture. Her body is big as hell.
What's up with that hair? I don't like that faux mop.
No, that her was not right. I mean, the mom looks smaller than her.
The mom got her boyfriend. The mom didn't have no baby.
No, Kim had a baby.
Oh, Kim.
Okay, well she shouldn't even been at the Met Gala then.
Can't. Can't. Go
You
on,
you a
Christian.
mom. You moving too fast.
Wrap it up. Okay. Oh, look at them. Go. Let's.
I love the way Kim looks.
I like.
And so she's
Not her
Oh,
face.
look
Her
at
face
Nicole
look no-
Kidman give us stars and moons, the organza. Go
that dress
that.
is
Look at. She's looking at Taylor Swift. Look like an alien. There's there's the
The whole
salon.
fashion in this.
There's
in this
Ty
Met
Hunter with
Gala.
shout out to Ty Hunter and the Ty Lights. We love you. Thank you for. There's that's Hadid.
Okay.
Hadid and was Bella Hadid in the weekend.
Weeknd.
Thank you. How do you like the men's?
I liked his outfit.
I did. Okay, that's Zoe Saldana.
The guy
Oh, did
with
you just
the,
swoop me? Shit. That's Givenchy again. And that's Zoe Saldana. Okay, she's with her boyfriend. OMG. Okay, I got 5 minutes. I got you. So that was okay. So, Miss Hitch. We just wanted to get into a little bit of that, but how can we got MissHitch.com.
Make sure, you know, you can MSHITCH.com. That's again www.misshitch.com. You can also get my book from BarnesandNobles.com, Amazon.com, or they can go to Classic One Books, 1425 West Manchester Avenue.
Okay.
Again, that's Classic One Books, 1425 West Manchester Avenue to purchase the book as well.
I love it. Follow her on
Everybody,
all
every
social
woman.
medias, Miss Hitch, and follow us on Beauty and the Beat Radio. We had a live show for you. If you want to get some more, just hit us up on social media.
an
Thank you.
hour?
We out. It's been an hour, honey. Y'all was getting
was an
therapy
hour
up in
already?
here.
Man, you
Yes.
was going at it.
It's a
Oh,
wrap.
no.